Chemistry, compatibility, and reliability are the three foundations of a great football partnership, and when you combine them with world-class talent, you've got what's called a deadly duo. And today, we'll be going through the 4 greatest duos in football history. Quick disclaimer, Xavi and Iniesta don't make the list because alongside Sergio Busquets, they were at their best in a trio. And so kicking it off, we have Paolo Maldini and Franco Barezi, aka the immovable object and the unstoppable force. There's a stat floating around that states, as a centre-back pairing, the two Italians only conceded 23 goals in 196 games together, and it still hasn't been officially debunked. The reason the number of matches played together in central defence is so low is because Maldini played the majority of his games at left-back. They both spent their entire careers wearing the red and black of Milan, and both have had their numbers retired. The pair won 3 European Cups and 4 Serie A titles together. Between 1992 and 1994, Milan won the Scudetto 3 times in a row and finished invincible in the 1991-92 season, while conceding just 21 goals. They played 3 Champions League finals between 1993 and 1995, only to win it once. And then with the national team, while playing together, Italy did not concede a goal all the way until the semi-finals in the 1990 World Cup. Barezi stood at 5'9" and could orchestrate from the back. His agility and awareness meant he could go through a full 90 minutes without making a single tackle. A born leader, he earned the Milan captaincy at 22, and in the year 2000 would be named the Italian Footballer of the Century. At 6'2", Maldini was intelligent and versatile, making his Milan debut at 16, and he could be deployed all across the back line. Again, his awareness was top class. After all, he gave us the quote, "If I have to make a tackle, I've already made a mistake." Maldini would go on to win 2 more European titles after Barezi's retirement, and is considered by many to be the greatest defender of all time. In terms of defensive pairings, these two are the gold standard. Next up, we have Pelle and Garincha. In the 1958 World Cup, Brazil were not the world powerhouses they are today, and they had never won the World Cup before. Enter a 24-year-old Garincha and a 17-year-old Pelle. The pair made their World Cup debuts together in the 3rd match against the USSR, and though neither scored in that game, they both hit the crossbar in the opening minutes as a new age for Brazil began. Pelle's goal against Wales in the quarterfinals, his hat-trick against France in the semi-final, and his brace against Sweden in the final led Brazil to its first World Cup trophy. 4 years later, Pelle started strong and Garincha finished the job, winning Brazil its 2nd World Cup. Their incredible international partnership consisted of 40 unbeaten matches, with 35 wins and 5 draws, but it was a partnership that lasted only 8 years, from 1958 to 1966. The 1966 World Cup was the last time they would play together, and Pelle, just 25, would go on to win another World Cup in 1970, while Garincha, in his 30s, would slowly wind down his career. It was a simple formula. They were 2 of the best attacking players football had ever seen, playing for one of the world's greatest footballing nations. Defenses back then had no answer for the pace and trickery of the two. And today, Pelle and Garincha are considered to be the best and 3rd best Brazilian players of all time. Now onto Arjen Robben and Frank Ribéry, a pair of wingers who, despite being on opposite flanks, played off each other perfectly. Ribéry arrived at Bayern first, signing from Marseille in the summer of 2007, having been recently named French Player of the Year, ending Thierry Henry's 4-year run. Robben joined 2 seasons later, and having already won titles at Chelsea and Real Madrid, he arrived with a weighty reputation. The two were both entering their primes, and on August 29, 2009, they played their first game together for Bayern, with Ribéry assisting Robben twice in a 3-0 victory over Wolfsburg, and robbery was born. During their time together at Bayern Munich, they racked up 268 goals and 284 assists between them. Robben enjoyed an immense debut season in Germany in 2009-10, finishing as Bayern's top scorer as they secured the Bundesliga and DFB Pokal double. Unfortunately, Ribéry missed the Champions League final due to suspension, as Bayern lost 2-0 to Inter Milan, thanks to a Diego Milito brace. 2 years later, Bayern found themselves in another Champions League final, and this time it would be Robben's turn to shoulder some of the blame. Against Chelsea, the game went to extra time. Bayern won a penalty when Didier Drogba fouled Ribéry and took him out of the game. Robben stepped up, but had his spot kick saved by Petr Cech, and Bayern's luck from 12 yards out continued in that vein as Chelsea won the resulting shootout. With the heartbreak of these 2 finals ingrained in the minds of Robben and Ribéry, a chance for atonement presented itself in 2013 against their fierce rivals Borussia Dortmund. Fittingly, it was Ribéry and Robben who combined to score the winner in the 89th minute. By no means the prettiest goal they would score together, but arguably the most important. The pair played 187 games together, winning 8 Bundesliga titles, averaging 2.33 points per game, before retiring together in 2019. Lastly, we have Andy Cole and Dwight Yorke, two strikers who defined an era of dominance for Manchester United. People talk about players having a telepathic connection and would just know what the other was thinking, and that's certainly true for these two, with Andy Cole saying, "I never spoke to Yorke on the pitch. I would just look at him." Dwight Yorke and Andy Cole teamed up on 3 separate occasions. Their first and most successful stint came at Manchester United, where they immediately hit it off as the Red Devils secured the treble in 1998-99, with the pair bagging 53 goals between them. Andy Cole was a natural finisher with exceptional pace. He thrived on through balls and crosses, always ready to pounce in the box. Dwight Yorke was a more versatile forward. He often dropped deeper to link play and provide assists, in addition to scoring goals himself. Together, their styles meshed perfectly, making them greater as a duo than as individual players. Hailed for their innate connection in the final third, Yorke and Cole continued to thrive alongside one another at Old Trafford, before eventually reuniting at Blackburn at the turn of the century, and again at Sunderland in the latter stages of their career. To this day, whenever the topic of great strike partnerships come up, these two are always favourites. Thanks for watching, and let me know some other great duos in football history.